Andy Robertson has broken his silence with a revelation that few saw coming. In a summer filled with speculation over his future, the Liverpool defender has now lifted the lid on a key decision that could have dramatically altered the course of his career. At a time when change is sweeping through Anfield under Arne Slot, Robertson's candid admission has added another layer of intrigue to the Reds' evolving story. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Cody Gakpo has confirmed Bayern Munich did make an approach for him this summer, but they ended up buying Luis Diaz while he signed a new Liverpool contract. Gakpo's name was floated among the several linked with Bayern Munich over the summer, not knowing a new contract with Liverpool had been in the works for a year. The Dutchman signed a new long-term contract to 2030 at the end of August, but it was a long time in the making, and that led to links to an exit throughout the summer. The 26-year-old emerged as a target for Bayern as they sought to bolster their forward options, but Gakpo felt comfortable knowing talks were ongoing to extend his time at Anfield. From what I understand, Bayern did come, but they ended up buying Luis Diaz, Gakpo told ESPN Netherlands with a grin. It's nice to have clarity. I've experienced things differently myself, of course. A transfer window like this can be hectic and stressful for a player and everyone around them. I don't have that problem anymore, Gakpo also revealed during his interview while on international duty that contract talks took us a year, adding, maybe a little longer or shorter, but it's just a long process. I already told the club that I'm happy and that my family is happy in England. We feel at home, and I think that's very important, besides the football itself, of course. Gakpo has started all 3 Premier League games this season, scoring once and assisting twice as the first choice left winger. The arrival of Alexander Isak will likely increase his competition though, with Hugo Ekitike also to vie for a spot in the 11 alongside the Swede, while Rio Numoha acts as a young reinforcement. Liverpool cannot stand still on the back of their title-winning success, and the changes in attack will ask different questions of Gakpo, which will only benefit Arne Slot's pursuit of more silverware. Gakpo is currently on international duty with the Netherlands alongside Virgil van Dijk and Ryan Gravenberch, and they face Poland and Lithuania in World Cup qualifiers. Now, in a huge Andy Robertson admission, Andy Robertson turned down an offer from Atletico Madrid in order to stay at Liverpool this season, with the vice-captain explaining his difficult decision. Robertson finds himself, for the first time since taking over as first-choice left-back in 2017, in an uncertain position when it comes to game time at Liverpool. With Milos Kerkez arriving as Arne Slot's new go-to starter, the Scot has been demoted to the role of backup, which has limited him to just 2 substitute appearances so far this season. That comes after interest from Atletico Madrid over the summer, with many expecting Robertson would take the opportunity to remain a key player in Spain. But speaking to BBC Sports Scotland this week, the 31-year-old explaining that his heart was still in Liverpool. "We had options and we just worked through it as a family," the Scotland captain said. "Everything boiled down to that my heart was still in Liverpool and we wanted to stay. We're very settled there and we're at one of the biggest clubs in the world." Robertson's choice to stay is one that highlights the many factors behind the decisions footballers make over potential transfers, particularly as they get older and family becomes their priority. His call to remain at Anfield was rewarded as Slot opted to name him Liverpool's new vice-captain, replacing Trent Alexander-Arnold. That ensures he will retain an important role in the squad, even though his game time is reduced. Though as he continued, Robertson outlined his hopes for an increase in minutes after the international break. "The season's long, there's plenty of games, and I believe I'll play plenty of games," he continued. Now, whether is the case or not, nobody can look into the future, unfortunately, nobody can see that. Obviously, in the summer, I had to think about what I wanted and what I wanted to do, and I came to the decision, committed to the decision, and I'm happy to be there. Pre-season, I came back in really good shape, trained really well, and maybe not got the game time I maybe would have liked in the first part of the season, but that's part and parcel of it. I believe when we come back and we've got lots of games, hopefully I can play more games. So I've missed the feeling of playing games. I'm used to being a regular starter for so many years, and it's been a bit of a difficult transition. But I think I've dealt with it fairly well. It's just about trying to look after yourself, keep yourself as fit as possible, mentally staying as sharp as possible, and I've done that in training. Then coming away here, I'm excited to be away with Scotland now, get games under my belt. Obviously, there are no bigger games than World Cup qualifiers. Then let's see what happens when we go back to Liverpool. In other news, Bayern Munich's Michael Olise has been name-checked as a potential Mohamed Salah successor, with the 23-year-old one to keep an eye on for Liverpool. Salah signed a new contract to 2027 last season, but Liverpool's succession planning will already be at the forefront of their minds as the Egyptian averages 30 goals a season. The Reds' recruitment staff are known to have held interest in Olise, who now plies his trade for Bayern Munich after leaving Crystal Palace last summer for around £50 million. He was linked as long as 4 years ago when he was at Reading. And the Mail's Lewis Steele has stated that he cannot rule out Liverpool making a move next summer. Steele reports that the club want a long-term replacement for Salah in the next summer or two, and that the early noises are that Olise could be right at the top of their shopping list. There are no definitives from Steele, but it stands to reason that the 23-year-old will be watched closely this season. He is a skillful and dynamic winger who has 47 goals and 62 assists in his club career so far, and in 4 outings for Bayern Munich this season already has 4 goals to his name. The Frenchman's contract with the Bavarian side expires in 2029, but there have been suggestions of a release clause that can be triggered next summer, which would be attractive to Liverpool if true. After concerns over his injury record throughout 2022/23 and 2023/24, Olise went on to play 55 times for Bayern in his debut season for a total of 3,842 minutes. His record would have placed him 4th for the most minutes played at Liverpool last season, behind only Salah, 4,501, Virgil van Dijk, 4,437, and Ryan Gravenberch, 4,207. Although opting to represent France, Olise would be categorized as a homegrown player, a valuable asset for any Premier League club, following his development at Reading and Palace. He is a left-footed attacker who favours the right wing, much like Salah, and enjoys cutting inside, setting up his teammates, and running at his direct opponent. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.